Hey everybody, Harry here to talk about the just released video of Donald Trump's invoking the Fifth Amendment repeatedly in the civil lawsuit in New York brought by the New York Attorney General Tish James. Now, remember, this is a lawsuit, again, it involves him and his kids. It seeks to impose massive fines, also the possibility of putting the whole company into receivership. Other than putting him into jail, it's as big a kind of body blow as you can imagine for him, his business, and his so-called brand. Now, we knew that James deposed him, the New York AG, last summer. We knew he had taken the fifth. But CBS filed a FOIA request, Freedom of Information request, for some of the video of it that the AG had attached to a motion, making it a public document. And the court just released it, and we can see. Now, first and foremost, remember, it's a civil lawsuit. That means that the jury can and will hear the former president of the United States taking the Fifth Amendment. In a criminal case, it can't be done, but in a civil case, it can. That there have been other civil depositions where Trump therefore answered questions. Here he calculated that he just couldn't, and it's really interesting. It starts out with some general questions, and he gives general, if long-winded and non-responsive answers. As soon as they go to his finances, he shifts gears and goes into the mode that he has famously said in previous years only mobsters do, and it's disgusting, etc. He actually gives a little speech for the jury to hear if the AG wants to play it. Otherwise, they may not hear it, about how he used to wonder why you have to take the fifth if you're innocent. Well, here we do, because the AG is so zealously going after him. He'd be a fool, he says, not to take it. Huge question, though, that it begs. Really? I understand you're being you're bearing very close scrutiny and deeply investigated, maybe by a political opponent. But why does that mean that the truth is so damaging to you? She can only use the truth in a civil fraud lawsuit. Why can he not tell the truth? And in part, one reason he doesn't want to answer is he doesn't want to be subject to perjury violations, which would be criminal. That's a big part of this dynamic as well. So 4 hours worth of his taking the fifth on anything having to do with finances, and those financial misstatements are at the heart of the case. So you can flash forward to the trial, which has been scheduled to go, I think, in October, maybe this summer, and the judge has shown every inclination of moving it along and rebuffing Trump efforts to delay. And they're going to put up evidence. It's going to be plain as day, say that this is what Trump said, and now we cut to Trump. And these statements, they don't simply not violate the Fifth Amendment. They're also admissible, getting a little technical here, but hang on, as against hearsay objections, out-of-court statements, because if it's the defendant himself who made them, they are admissible. So the jury will see the proof that he lied, and then they'll go to the to him taking the Fifth Amendment, and then they'll have these charges come to them, which they have to decide not beyond a reasonable doubt, but by a preponderance of the evidence. So you'll have the evidence that Tish James brings forward, then you'll have the president saying, I take the fifth. That is killer. And again, as I say, this doesn't threaten jail, but threatens his financial empire and his brand and his legacy. And of course, he's old, but it does the same thing for his kids, for Eric, Don Jr., and Ivanka, all of them who are involved in it. So we have a taste, a tangible taste and look at what trial is going to be like here, and it ain't pretty for the former president. Imagine the impact on 12 persons in the jury looking up after seeing strong evidence that the AG has assembled and hearing the president say, I take the fifth, or as happens here, he just says, same answer, same answer, same answer. He's obviously been coached to try to stay calm, not do diatribes, but there's no way around his actually taking the fifth. So this is a big shoe to drop that really is going to have quite an impact, I think, at trial. And I think that trial is coming up. Much more to come on what is, as I've indicated before, a very big threat against him that we've tended not to cover as closely because it's not a criminal trial, but this civil fraud suit is coming at him now like a freight train straight to the heart of his business empire and his checkbook. Okay, so there you have it. Hey, you might want to go check out what we've got at Talking Feds, both our new episode and things at Patreon. It's a good way to support independent podcasting, which this is. But big news, the video deposition, you can see it. You can see a portent of things to come in the trial. A lot more to be going on, I think, including a motion that the AG has filed to sanction Trump and his kids for false or evasive or otherwise improper statements in discovery. This thing is really going to the front burner. So you can bet there'll be stuff to tell you about soon. Until then, talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.